Team celebrations are not just a nice-to-have add-on to team working. If you want effective team working, then you have to consider team celebrations as an essential part of the process. Why is celebration important? Well, it's all to do with positive feedback. If you recognize success and you praise success and you celebrate success, what happens? Well, people know they've been successful. And when they know they've been successful, they feel just a little bit more confident about their abilities, their skills, their capabilities. And when they feel a little bit more confident, they take that confidence forward into the next thing they do. And with that greater level of confidence, they probably perform better. And when they perform better, they have more success. And what happens when they have more success? Yes, we recognize it, we praise it, and we celebrate it. And so the cycle continues. By means of this virtuous cycle, I would argue that celebrating success begets more success. If you want your team to work well, then celebrate its successes. So when should we celebrate? Well, we should celebrate things like anniversaries, achievements, hitting milestones, or if you prefer the word, deadlines. We should celebrate contribution. We should celebrate high levels of performance. And of course, we should celebrate external awards and recognition. But how to celebrate? Well, there are huge numbers of articles online which will give you hundreds of ideas for the sort of celebrations you can have. What I want to talk about, rather than giving you a long list of things you can do with your team, from taking them out for a meal to go-karting, I want to give you some guidelines about what makes a good, effective team celebration. And I think there are 6 things to be mindful of, and the first is that the celebration needs to be timely. It's no good telling your team they've done a good job today, and then 6 months later saying, you did a good job 6 months ago, so let's do something special. The closer you can link the celebration to the thing you're celebrating, the more effective it will be. And secondly, the celebration needs to be meaningful. If you do the same thing too frequently, then it will lose its power and impact. If you bring a box of chocolates every Friday afternoon to say, we've done a good job this week, then eventually people will think that box of chocolates is just a ritual, it's just a routine, it's got nothing to do with how well we did. And chances are the reality is that it won't actually have anything to do with how well we did. Third, you need to offer the celebration with a generosity of spirit. You mustn't portray the sense that we haven't really got time for this, but I suppose we ought to do it. The celebration has to be genuine. Fourthly, and I hope this goes without saying, it needs to be culturally appropriate. It needs to fit in with the culture of your organisation, with the culture of the people in your team, the team culture itself, and indeed potentially with the national or regional culture within which you're working. People have to feel comfortable with it. Which brings us to number 5. The celebration has to be appropriate and inviting to every member of the team. If anyone feels that this really isn't for me and feels in some way excluded by it, then it's not a good team celebration. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone has to choose to participate in the celebration, but it does mean that everyone has to feel able to participate fully in it and to feel comfortable that they can do so properly. So be mindful of the preferences and the personalities of your team members, not to mention any restrictions that flow from their health, from their own culture, from their religion, or any other aspect of who they are. And finally, the celebration has to be congruent to the scale of the success that you're celebrating. If you've had a huge multi-million-dollar success on a project that has been running for many, many years, and you say, I'll buy you all a cup of coffee, that's pathetic. If, on the other hand, you've had a small team triumph this week during a long-running project, and you decide it's time to really push the boat out and do something massive, then that doesn't feel right either. Match the celebration to the success that you're celebrating. And don't forget, a sincerely delivered thank you from someone I like and respect can be a powerful and meaningful everyday celebration of my contribution and achievement. And if you want to step it up even more, then never underestimate the power, particularly in this day and age, of a written note. Better still, a handwritten note. A short note expressing your gratitude for my success, for my achievement, for my contribution is a huge reward and celebration of what I've done. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please do subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.